Morning. Happy Wednesday. This video is going to be a bit more of a serious note. Nothing crazy, but it's what I wanted the original video to be when I came up with the series. Just hasn't really been on my mind too much, which I guess is a good thing. I'm talking about mental health today because, I mean, for the most part, everybody experiences it. There's statistics and stuff that say it's only like 1 in 20 people and all this stuff, but like we all go through some stuff. We all deal with a bunch, and I know a lot of people try to hide it, but chances are you're going through some stuff. And I want to talk about it because on these walks, I tend to like to listen to music or stand up or some podcasts or just whatever I feel like listening to. And one week I was trying to find a good mental health podcast to listen to. Kind of get some thoughts or input, or not input because it wasn't for me. Just trying to hear some things, see if any of it would help or whatever. And I couldn't find a single good one. I only tried like 3, but every one that I turned on, the first 10-15 minutes was ad reads and discussion about appearances that they were going to make and thanking fans for all sorts of stuff, which is fine. It's great. You got to do what you got to do. But like I don't want to search through an entire episode just to maybe hear something relevant to me. And if there was something I came across, specifically about the topic that I was concerned about that day, it was not good. I came across one where the guy was so matter-of-factly, here's what you gotta do. If you're depressed, here's what you gotta do. You gotta do yoga. You gotta stretch. You gotta eat better. You gotta exercise. That will help you. Like, homie, it's not quite how that works. Will it help? Probably. Over time in the long run. But over time in the long run, it also might not. It also might just make you depressed and tired. More tired. Because now you're just exhausted from, in my case, working all day and then going home to exercise instead of getting anything productive done. Not to say exercising isn't productive, it's just a general statement of like, don't speak so matter-of-factly. Yoga and diet works for you, great. Yoga and diet might make somebody more depressed because it's not what they want to do. Because it's not what their body needs. Everybody's depression is different. Not everybody's depression is even depression. So I don't like the ones that talk so matter-of-factly. I don't like the ones that can't get to the point knowing how important mental health is. So I'm gonna do this video, and I'm not gonna necessarily talk about what you should do, but I'm going to talk about what I did, what I do, and how I deal with it. And if it sounds like something that would work for you, then great. If not, it's what it is. I hope you can find what works for you, because it took me a long time to really figure out, like, what the hell I can do. What the hell is that noise? Oh. So I don't remember. I haven't been depressed my whole life. And I say this not having been diagnosed. I say this, I'm basically self-diagnosed, but not. Because a lot of people who I know that have been diagnosed with either depression or bipolar or all sorts of things have told me that I am. They've seen a lot of the same stuff in me that they've dealt with. Or that's a loud sprinkler. No, it's not. It's the truck over there. My God, sorry. Like I haven't been to a doctor, so I don't even like calling myself depressed, but it's around us. Let's be real. Most of us are. Most of us are. I'm gonna go this way just to avoid that loud truck. Well, I haven't been depressed for as long as I can remember. I don't remember the day I became so. I remember a few events that might have triggered something. That might have caused me to start looking at things differently, which then led to me realizing how upsetting the world can be. And while it is still a very beautiful place, and while people are still, I believe, inherently good, it's hard to avoid the bad. But when I became such, when I started feeling such, I didn't know what to do. Much like a lot of people. I just thought I was sad. I just thought, well, this sucks and there's nothing I can do about it. I was blaming everybody else. Why am I not getting any help? Why is nobody... And I would think nobody liked me. And thinking back on it now, that was ridiculous. People loved me, and I forced them away. And a few of them, kind of wish I hadn't. Not all of them. I learned some things, and I needed to push some away to realize who was actually important. So I've tried to reconnect, and it's a whole thing, but what was I saying? There's a lot going on out here today, this morning. So I'm kind of all over the place. I didn't always feel this way. Let's start from there again. I didn't always feel this way. After I stopped putting blame on everybody, again, I don't know when things turned around for me. I don't know when I started realizing it wasn't my fault and all that stuff. Or it was my fault. I don't know when anything really happened. I don't know what triggered me to start thinking differently. I don't know what caused me to not dread getting up every day. I don't know. I just remember trying. That's it. Like, I was aware enough and had enough control to try. Some people are in so deep they don't have that option. They need meds. And I don't want to say that's unfortunate, because I've seen some people that the meds absolutely help. and they're absolutely necessary, and they feel like a better person on them. That's good for them. I never wanted to be that guy. I never wanted to be the one that needed them. So I'm glad I could avoid that for now, up until this point. I don't know much about even my own situation, as you can tell. But I do know that one of the biggest things that bothered me for a long time was people just saying, oh, don't be sad. Oh, well, get over it. Oh, you shouldn't worry about that. And that's still, even today, one of my biggest pet peeves is people thinking it's so simple to just get over it, to just not be the way you are. And honestly, it drives me nuts, because if it was that simple, I don't think any of us would choose this. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody would choose to be depressed. Doesn't seem like a very fun time. We're mixing it up today. Even after all of it, okay, sorry. Oh. This is one of the reasons I was like always worried about doing these videos, because today there seems to be more people out than usual, which again, I don't know why I seem to care, because I really shouldn't, but there's still always something in my head, that anxiety that's telling me, oh, you're being judged, and I shouldn't care that I am, because to hell with everybody else. Which I guess works for the video, but that's not what we're talking about. People that just say, oh, get over it. Oh, well, you got nothing to be sad about. Don't understand that it's not just sadness. Don't understand how difficult it is to look at yourself or look at anybody else. And I'm here to say that while I absolutely despise people who just say, well, get over it, well, stop being sad, that's what I did. It's not a permanent thing. It's not every day that I just don't feel bad about things. There's still a lot of days where one small trigger causes me to spiral down and I don't want to do anything and I'm just angry. And I don't like that. But that is what I did. I just stopped being that as often. How I did it? I don't know. I know that doesn't help. But the way mine worked was that I would obsess over thoughts. I would obsess over the bad thing that happened, or the thing that I made up happening. Something that didn't even happen, but I convinced myself would, that I got mad about, and then never even came to be, you know. I'd get mad about those, and I would obsess over those. So one day, what I did was I thought to myself, well, if I'm gonna obsess, I should obsess on the thought of not obsessing. So I had to push myself to think and pull in more of the good around me. So instead of being mad that this job I applied for never got back to me, even though they said they would either way. We moved on. Instead of telling myself I should give up on thing A and then getting mad about having to give up on it, I obsessed instead about I don't have examples. I don't have examples. I just obsessed about different things, about better things, which is part of why I drove some of my old friends away, was because I would obsess about my friends, which then drove them away and brought me into a deeper depression and sort of started a cycle. But once the friends were out, I obsessed on other things that were good, and then other things that I could control. And while that may also be very unhealthy for a mindset, it helped me eventually not think about too much. And I know there's some of you out there who have problems because you switch one obsession with another obsession, with another one, and that's why this advice won't work for you. But eventually, for me, that's what happened. One obsession switched with another one. So eventually my mind didn't know what to focus on, and it started living more in the moment. And the moment is all that matters. Because the moment is where we are right now. People regret things in their past, and they let that, I say let, sounds harsh, but just for the sake of talking, we're gonna talk about this. People allow things in their past to affect their current moment. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I can't believe anybody let me do that. How did I bounce back from that? It doesn't matter how you bounce back from that. The point is, you bounce back from that. The point is, what happened there got you here. And here is what matters. People talk about regrets, and I don't like regrets. I don't have regrets. Are there things that I wish went differently? Sure. Are there things that I wish had changed things for the better, but then didn't? Absolutely. But I wouldn't call them regrets, because if they had gone differently, I don't know how that would have changed my now. And granted, while I might not be happy, quote unquote, now, I'm not unhappy. As far as I know, maybe, as far as I know, if something back then had changed and went the way I wanted it to, maybe a little later, it would have fallen apart, it would have spiraled me down deeper, and I'd be dead right now. Or I'd be in prison right now. Or any other number of absolutely negative things. But I live a very careful life, so here I am. So while I do have things that I wish had gone differently, I don't have regrets. Regrets don't make sense to me. And then other people, look to the future and let that determine their mood. Oh, I'm really excited about this job opportunity. I'm really excited about potentially getting this promotion, or going on this blind date at the end of the week, or any of this, because, oh man, if this goes well, it could be really good for me. And then you get excited about the potential for possibility and how it could lead to good things that you've always wanted. And then that day comes and it doesn't go your way. And then what happens? So you get really, really excited and you have a great week and you feel great about yourself. But then what? If it doesn't, now you're hurting even more. This isn't me saying don't look forward to things. I always give myself something to look forward to. Like this weekend, I gotta do a bunch of shopping for a birthday party because it's next weekend. But I also know I get to play Borderlands 4 again, or I get to play Magic, or whatever. So I'm looking forward to those little things, but if they don't happen, I got other shit I can worry about. I got other shit that I can do if those don't work out. So again, don't not look forward to things for fear of letting yourself down, but just be careful about it. That's all. People think I'm a pessimist, and maybe by definition I am, and that's what it means, but if you set your expectations low, you can only be excited. Now, I know that sounds bad, but if you go in to all these situations just thinking to yourself, no, that ain't gonna happen. If it does happen, you'll be way more excited. If it doesn't happen, then what? Then sure, you'll probably still be a little disappointed, even though you convinced yourself, but you'll have saved yourself a little bit. And now that I'm saying it out loud, that probably is the absolute definition of a pessimist. But it's how I got here. I'm not exactly your ideal candidate for good mental health, but I'm not dead, so it works out. I've gotten completely off track. I was talking about mental health podcasts and all this stuff. And I guess I didn't get that off track. But in my journey, I came across a book. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But it was an audiobook, because I don't like to read. And while it again specifically talks about the experiences this therapist has come across themselves, it had some things to say that I found very interesting, actually. One of them was the line that Reality is harsh, but the depression we put ourselves in to avoid it is harsher. Which made a lot of sense to me. It resonated. Not in a way that changed my life, because it's not that simple to hear something and then just live by it for everybody. But it kind of put things into a perspective about why I'm that so-called pessimist, I guess. Reality is harsh. And I just accept it as harsh. So when good things do happen, then I accept the good. Because here's something very, very important people need to understand. You cannot know true good without experiencing the bad. If everything in your life is just good, that becomes the norm. That becomes what your life is. You don't know that it's good. You just know that it's your life. But then when a bad thing happens, you appreciate the good more. So while it feels pretty negative to accept the harshness of reality, it helps me appreciate the good things that happen more, no matter how small they are. And a great example of this is right now, I'm walking to work, and I don't want to go, obviously. Nobody loves their 9 to 5, even though mine's a 6:42 to 2:42. But if I hadn't started working here, or even quit this place in the first place, I would have never met somebody who has become my best friend. Like, I believe everything happens for a reason, but sometimes it absolutely feels like it. Sometimes I think to myself, man, if I hadn't done this shitty thing, this thing that I really didn't want to do, then this really amazing thing wouldn't have happened. So the shitty thing helped me much more greatly appreciate the good thing. So again, you can call it pessimism if you want, but for me, it's just the reality. Another thing the book said, put how I feel into perspective, specifically. What it said was, for a lot of people, depression isn't sadness. Depression is the inability to experience... Oh crap, what was the word? It's the inability to experience spontaneous emotion. Which means, to me, I guess, I feel it's pretty self-explanatory, but to me, that means when something happens, you don't have the quote-unquote typical reaction. It just means you feel what you feel, and that doesn't usually change. So it's not necessarily sadness, but it is a lack of emotion. And that's how I feel. The only time I ever feel anything is when I'm mad. Things make me angry. going back to Borderlands 4, which, big shock. I was playing it, I was enjoying it, but because of the difficulty of the game for me, I kept dying and getting mad, which made me experience the joy in it less. I wasn't able to think, okay, it's fine, we'll just get to play more. It was just about, why the fuck can't I enjoy this? It's pissing me off. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I'm just miserable all the time. I can have fun moments and smile and make other people smile, which is usually my focus. Because if I'm making them smile, then at least that means I'm doing something productive. But it just means I lack the ability to feel spontaneous emotion. And that one resonated with me. That one helped me a lot because it made me realize that is what I'm going through. For my version of whatever you want to call this yourself. Things do get better. I'm gonna wrap this up because yesterday I just ended it suddenly, but I'm getting close now. Things do get better. It's hard to believe now when you go through what you're going through. It's always hard to believe that there can possibly be any other existence besides pain, because none of us chose to be here. We just choose to continue to be here. And for some people, the unfortunate truth is they choose to not be here. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. Because somebody gives a shit. Might not be somebody you know, unfortunately, but somebody gives a shit because we're all humans. We're all humans. We all deserve a content existence at the very least. With none of us having chosen to be in this life but only choosing to continue it, we all deserve to feel something that isn't just misery of some sort all the time. We're in this together. Whether it's people you know, people you don't know, it doesn't matter. We're all in this together. And just be kind to each other. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to be kind to each other. The world is inherently good. And that kindness could be somebody's difference. That kindness could absolutely be all somebody needs. That's why I say good luck when I sign off or leave somewhere. Because see you later might not be true. Goodbye feels like forever. And have a good one just might not be possible. So I just wish everybody good luck.